want a man that's definitely going to be able to pay the bills, like take care of me, but I still want to be able to have the option to work and do like my career, have a career and still have kids.
Okay, so you want it all?
Yeah.
Okay, how much money is a man going to need to make to be able to pay all the bills for a family of 4?
Probably well over $400K.
What percentage of men in this country make over $400,000?
I would say maybe 2 to 4%. Probably not a lot.
1.
Okay.
1%. So let's go back to what you said. I feel. Men don't care about what you feel. We think, act, and do. Men hit the financial stride between 45 and 55. Are you prepared to marry a man that's 45 years old or older?
No.
So you're a delusional black.
This is the thing. Women always want perfection. Everything has to go their way. They want it all. It's just, most women, they talk, it just sounds so greedy, so selfish. It's insane.
Say to all you men, us women, we tired of getting disrespected.
That's right.
Y'all men want to be leaders. We want to be leaders too.
Yup.
Y'all men want to get money. We want to get money too.
Money.
Y'all men want to pay the bills. We want to pay the bills too. Y'all men want to propose. Hell, we want to get on one knee and propose too.
Whoa.
It's time for us women to stand up. Don't touch me. Oh, shit. It's time for us women to take the lead. It's time for us women to pay for the first date. It's time for us to mow the lawn. It's time for us to do
I expect a man to pay for the date. Yes, the whole entire date. That includes my Uber to the date and my Uber back to my house. If you are a man that I'm interested in, I want to see that you can provide for me. I want to see that you can afford an Uber ride. I want to see that you can afford a nice dinner date. Like, can you afford basic things? Because if you can't afford dinner and an Uber, my transportation, you certainly can't afford kids. You certainly can't afford a house. You certainly can't afford my bills. And I got bills to pay.
If he says you only want money, run. He doesn't have any. Want to know your true value in a man's eyes? Ask him for money, and either he will run or he will bring you. He will bring you the money. And if he can't afford you, he shouldn't be with you anyways. Isn't asking about money earnings too personal? What's more personal than marrying someone and letting them enter you and make a baby with you? Yeah, I want to see your bank statement. My mom used to say either he's solving your problems or he is your biggest problem. She said that there's no in between. She's like, if he's not solving your problems, he becomes your biggest problem. You have women today that are working their butts off, you know, catering to 10 different bosses and dealing with all this toxic negativity at work, and then coming home and paying half the bills and all of that, and then trying to get a manicure to get their self-care in. Girl, you need more than a manicure at this point. You may need to upgrade your man, because that's not going to cut it. You don't open an academy. You don't train people. That's one of the problems, is that we're trying to get these deadbeat boyfriends and then train them.
One thing you ain't never heard me say on my platform and never will hear me say is that I want a high value man. Those are some of the most intolerable, insufferable, entitled, stank attitude having, think they your daddy men I've ever met before in my life. You'll never hear me say that that's what I aspire to have. I'm going to take an average man every day. The more money a lot of y'all get, the worse your personality gets with it. That's why I don't be wanting no parts of it. All right. A lot of y'all are already terrible when it comes to your personality. And when you add on money with it, y'all just become horrible to deal with. And that's why you'll never hear me talk about high value men and them being exceptional men. All they do is just have a lot of what most men should have. They just got more money, bigger house, more expensive car. But when it comes to their character, who they are as a person, they suck just as bad as the broke men. See, the average man is where I've had most of my luck. The men who understand that them doing basic stuff don't make them exceptional. It just makes them an adult. And then they have the personality to help back up them being average, right? Which ends up making them exceptional. See, you don't become an exceptional man because you got more than the average man. An exceptional man is a man who possesses things that most men can't. When he can do things that most men can't, that's what makes you an exceptional man. You being a man who got emotional intelligence when most men don't. You being able to handle your emotions when most men can't. You having sexual discipline when most men can't. That's what makes you an exceptional man. You being able to do stuff that most men can't do. Any man can go get a house. Any man can get a good paying job. Any man can get his money up and become an entrepreneur. But every man can't be good as far as his character. Every man can't be a good human being. And so when you can do that, when you can be a actual good human being, you know how to treat people. You know how to actually have a good personality. You charismatic, you funny, you enjoyable to be around. Most men can't do that. That's what makes an exceptional man. And most of y'all will never be an exceptional man. You just a basic man.
I want to say this. She speaks a lot of facts. Society nowadays do not understand, right, the concept of high value. It's just essentially money in a sense. But again, at the end of the day, it's value. And value, most of the time, it's money, right? How much monetary value do you bring to a person? Do you have? That's essentially it, right? How, like, when you say high, I think high value men. Now, I would say this. I think she kind of got wrong is that, yeah, any man can try to get their money up. Not many men do. Okay, not it doesn't happen. It's a rare thing. High value men are rare. There's no doubt about that. There should be no argument about that. But high value men does not mean they're decent men, good men, morally sound men, right? That they are kind men. It don't mean that, right? Men that are religiously sound. It don't mean that. It's funny that people add, oh, this is what I mean. This is what I think about high value. No, because what's valuable to you does not mean it's high value. Okay, it's just probably valuable to you, but high value is what I go for. The Kevin Samuels school of thought. It's valuable to many people. Okay, and in sense, you bringing monetary value is valuable to a lot of people, right? Being a lawyer, you benefit a lot of people in a sense, right? Monetarily. Being a doctor, you benefit a lot of people. So things like that. Being a CEO, a president, well, you bring value to a lot of people in a sense. So I think the modern day women have confused what high value means, and they're inflating it. They're adding more things to it. But at the end of the day, no, you're just making a thing like what you believe in is high value. And that's not high value. Because then they add in six figures. They add in the monetary value, right? Because then you're trying to make perfection. You're trying to make a perfect man. Even high value men, right? High value men aren't perfect. Because, like I said, there's no saying that if he's morally sound, if he's a kind person, if he's, monogamous, all this stuff, there's no need, or there's no adding those kind of traits or values or personality traits onto the person, because there's not. Because then you're just trying to make the most perfect person you can by saying, okay, this man is high value, plus he's more highly moral, all this other things. And that's the issue I see modern women are having. Thinking, I want to build a perfect man, or I want to find my perfect man. That's delusional. There's no such thing, really. Right? You can probably get close to it, but there's always things that's gonna make him less perfect. So I think we need to really reevaluate, what we think, right? In certain terms, right? I'm not high value. I don't think I will ever be, right? Because I don't think I'll ever reach like six figures or stuff like that. But don't mean that I'm not a morally sound man. I'm not a man that's kind and all this other things, okay? So I think most men too don't need to think about being high value. You don't. Just be a good man. That's it.
Number one, in order to be a high value man, it starts with money. Again, like it or not, I didn't put the six-figure thing out there. It's been with us since the mid 80s, and like it or not, That's where this whole thing starts. You can't be high value and homeless, so you have to make a certain amount of money, and the line is roughly at $10,000 a month adjusted for Atlanta dollars. Number two, that money needs to be made over a length of time, i.e. performance, and that's roughly about 5 years. And about the 3-year mark, you're kind of starting to scratch the surface. Why does it need to be 5 years? Well, because, guys, it's a matter of consistency and stability. Look in the NFL, the NBA, anybody can have a great season, but having a great season does not automatically mean you're going to the Hall of Fame. Number 3 is group acceptance. Like it or not, guys, high value man is like a fraternity. It's like a club, a secret society. And high value men know other high value men. They welcome him into the group. They know what it takes to be there. They know what it takes to get in there. And high value men, group acceptance is supremely important. Why is group acceptance so important? Because the next part, a network. You have to have a network of other high value men and others. This is another stumbling block for a lot of guys, for a lot of people, because they may have the money, even the length of time. They may look like they fit the group, but if they don't even have any other high value contacts or network, a group of others, that person's going to be looked at with a side eye. Network, we got to have the visibility. Guys, your income and your position has to be LinkedIn level. Think of it like this. This person says they're the CEO of a Fortune 500 company. This person is head of thoracic surgery at Johns Hopkins. This person is VP of Mergers and Acquisitions at Bank of America. And then someone says, hi, I'm an entrepreneur. 3 of those 4 people, at a glance, we can pretty much estimate who they are, what they do, and their relative importance in the overall socioeconomic structure. The 4th person, more information is needed. There's not enough visibility, not enough transparency. 6th part is probably my favorite part, guys. A high value man is useful to others and the group. A lot of times you hear people say, I don't want to be used. I don't want to be used. No, I want to be used. Why? Because that means I'm useful. High value men are in demand and useful. Their presence is felt when they're there, and their absence is felt when they're gone. That is how you know you're really
into a relationship with their own idea of how to love, and they do not modify it for the person they're dealing with. No. So they come in a relationship, I'm a good girlfriend, this is how I love. That's how you love, but how is this person supposed to be loved? Mm-hmm. So for example, if a guy says, I hate when you wear pink lingerie. I don't know why. No, just giving a stupid example. Yeah. It really it triggers me. And then every time y'all in the bed, she wears pink. And it's like, yo, I hate when you wear pink. I hate when you wear pink. So, but a guy is not a nag. Just being honest. I'm not trying to, say that. Let's be honest. Men are not nags. Yeah. So men will say it a couple times. I bet. You clearly not listening.
Yeah. And then we'll just
now the women nagging about everything. But his mind is like, yeah, but I asked you to do this. You still won't do it. Cool. Yeah. And that's just, this is synonymous with something more serious. So now after a while, 2-3 years later, you're like, you know what? You still wearing this pink shit. You're pissing me off. I don't want to break up with you though, because I love you. I love you though. So now when I'm outside, I'm outside. Gotcha. And then it's, wow, you thought that you cheated. I was the best girlfriend to you. What, were you? Yeah. I asked you not to wear pink for the last 3 years.
Yeah. Like you disregarded my one thing I asked for, pretty much.
And then I always feel like women will move forward without growing because, again, they talk to their homegirls and homegirls wipe their tears. Girl, you were the best nigga for him. You would, hey, he don't deserve, you gotta grow. We not all perfect. You gotta grow.
Take accountability.
So there's some self you have to look back on and really understand.
Every time a man talks, especially to me, I just want to grab a toolbox and just that bitch across their fucking face. Bitch, shut up and get to work. You doing all this mumbling and cackling. Get to work. Go to war. Build something. Pump some gas. Take out some trash. Anything but talk.
So this is what you'll be doing on me and my partners did. We came to hoe and go. If you just going and not hoeing, hey, baby, you might need to wait for the church retreat. You might not need to come on this trip.
You ain't got to hoe. Everybody do what they want to do. I'm pro-choice.
No, because when you not pro-hoe, you're anti-hoe. I'm sorry. If you're not pro-hoe, you're anti. And you are not welcome up in here. We are supporters of sluts, whores, dick suckers, and all things above. Okay? We are pro everything up in this motherfucker.
You cheat on somebody and they don't even react, or you can get away with it, it's easier to do it. I was in a relationship where I know the person knew I was cheating on them and they didn't do anything about it, which did two things. One, it made it easier to do. And two, it made me wonder, then why are you even with me? Right. Are you with me for the right reasons? You let me do what I'm doing, so why are you even with me?